Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I thought I would make a Skyward Sword related video because I just got it finally a week late. When you're finally seeing this video, it's probably 2 weeks late. But no, actually maybe I'll release this video. I had just recorded a different video and then I was looking at myself in the camera and I saw, oh, I'm wearing my Skyward Sword cutoff that I've had since Skyward Sword came out. So, hey, I just started playing Skyward Sword HD. Maybe I should make a video about that? Is that a thing that people want to see? I don't know. So anyways, that's what this video is going to be about. Because I did make a video, but I had not yet played it, so I felt like, well, as I was about to edit it, I just deleted it instead. Because I felt like I don't really have a right to say things that I don't know anything about. But now that I've actually started playing it, let me tell you that let's cover the three controversial things. The Zelda Amiibo, which causes a quality of life feature to be behind a paywall. That's one of the topics we're going to cover. We're going to talk about the graphic upgrade, or lack thereof. And we're going to talk about, oh geez, I already forgot about what the third topic was. The motion controls and slash button things. So actually, let's start with the motion control slash button situation. I went into this thinking, have a very different opinion than everybody else, it feels like, about the original Wii motion controls. I had zero problem with them. I was different in that I think I understood the technology at the time better than other people. I think people expected it to just be magical, and that if you're sitting over here on the couch swinging it, but over the course of playing for an hour, you're now over here swinging it. I understand that technologically, it doesn't know that I'm over here. It still thinks I'm over here. The point is that technologically, I think I understood the restrictions, and so I kept myself right in front of the same area that I was meant to be in, but I just straight up never moved, and as a result, I had no qualms with the motion controls. They worked perfectly for me. People say, oh, it decalibrated all the time, and I think to myself, yeah, I bet that's because you move. It's not smart enough to know that you're now sitting over here, or you're hunched over like this, or that you're leaning back now like this. It thinks that you're in the same spot. It can't be magic. I understood the technology. I never had issues with the motion controls. So when this HD thing was announced and people were like, yay, now I can play with buttons, I'm like, you can if you want, but the motion controls were fine in my opinion. And in fact, it was fun swinging it around. Yeah, basically the issue that Nintendo had is people were coming out of Twilight Princess, which is all moody and dark and emo, and now they're this bright, happy Skyward Sword, and you're gonna swing a sword around, and they don't understand that if you've just come from being like a disaffected emo kid to now like swinging things around, well, nobody wants to feel like an idiot swinging something around if you're in that kind of mindset. The people who prefer Twilight Princess are not going to want to swing a Wiimote around because that's not cool. I didn't care, so I loved it. But anyways, my point is, in the HD thing, I was like, oh, I'm going to do, the button presses are stupid, who cares about that? I'm just going to go straight back to swinging my Joy-Con around. And as I started doing it, I was like, okay, I do feel a little stupid now. I didn't feel that way back in the day, but now, 10 years later, I'm like, really? I gotta swing my whole arm and everything? I've already had a 1 hour strength training workout and a half-hour cardio workout, and I've walked my dog for 15 minutes twice. I've had enough of, I've worked out enough today. I don't need to be swinging this Joy-Con around. So I did try the button presses, which I swore I was not going to do. I wasn't even going to try it. And I hated them. I really could not get a handle of using the right thing to swing a sword. If they were going to implement button presses, then I wish they had just created a mode that dumbed everything completely down and it was just a regular sword swipe, and that you could maybe like Z-target or something, or however they do it in like Breath of the Wild for an overhead swing. I think it's Z-targeting, you do an overhead swing and stuff like that, and then that's it. Like no, like they would have to completely rewrite the game though, like the mechanics of the game, to like not take into account directions, but just horizontal and vertical, and that would be the extent of it. I wish they had either done that or just not even bother. They can bother, I'm just not going to use it. Using a stick for changing the direction of the sword swings is just not, my brain just could not handle it, and I was like, oh my god, I need to switch it back to motion controls right now, or else I cannot have a battle, I will die. Back to motion controls, but now I'm lazy. I don't want to sit upright. I want to go back to my Breath of the Wild days where I would lounge sideways and have like one Joy-Con over here like this and one kind of like this, and just, you know, I don't want to have to feel like I'm doing a workout. That aside, the other thing that I find a little disappointing about it is the graphics. I can look at a screenshot of the original Wii version and a screenshot of the HD remake version, and I can go, okay, it's a little less blurry, but that's it. The Wind Waker HD textures were updated dramatically, so you could tell a huge difference when you look at a screenshot or when you're playing the game. It's like dramatically different. Same with Twilight Princess, although Twilight Princess a little less so, but you could still detect that, you know, oh, this is impressively different. But Skyward Sword, I really, as I'm playing it, I'm like, oh geez, these graphics have not aged well. Back in the day when it came out and people were ragging on the graphics, I was like, you're crazy, I love this whole impressionist painting style, that's so cool. Well, why the hell not update the textures to actually have like a 3D... Have you looked at an impressionist painting in real life? There's layers and layers and layers of paint. It's like a mount. If you were to set it down on a flat surface, it's like a mountain range. There's so much paint on it. Why not have something like that? Some kind of, like, it feels like it's a moving painting, or, you know, just update the textures so that they're a little more paintery and really dive into that graphics style. But they didn't. They just took the exact same graphics style and upscaled it to 1080p, and that's fine. But I mean, I already have Skyward Sword on the Wii, and I feel like this really isn't that different. I don't think it's worth it financially. So that is why I did not buy it last week. When it came out last week, I was like, if I can't find it for $10 off somewhere, I'm just gonna wait until I can either find it brand new for $10 off, or until it's so old that it is now being sold used for $10 off. And then that happened today, so I went and bought it today. And then what was the first topic we were going to discuss? Oh yeah, the Amiibo thing. So the original video that I had recorded this before I even had played it or even had purchased it was I made a rant video about how people were being babies about the Amiibo thing. And I still stand by that. But then I realized I don't need to publish this video, who cares? But I'm gonna go ahead and include it in this one, which is people are being babies about the Amiibo thing. It's not that they took something out of the game and then said, in order to play that feature that had already been in the old version of the game, you can only play that feature if you buy this Amiibo. No, it's a brand new feature, so pay for it if you want it. I'm sorry, but if it's a brand new feature that wasn't already inherently in the game, it would be like saying that, oh, in Breath of the Wild, I should just be given the original Link to the Past tunic without, using the Amiibo. No, doesn't even make logical sense that the Link to the Past, a lot of those extra clothes, like the Nintendo Switch one that you got when you pre-ordered it, that doesn't even make logical sense in the game world why that would be there. And same with this Amiibo functionality. There is no logical reason why Link would suddenly vanish out of the dungeon and appear in the sky, right? Like, that wouldn't be something that they would have built into the game to begin with, because it just doesn't, it breaks the game logic. So to have an Amiibo that does that, to have an Amiibo in Breath of the Wild that you use and suddenly a wolf appears, doesn't make any logical sense. Why would a wolf just magically appear out of nowhere that also happens to be you from a previous timeline? Like, that's not logical. So I was perfectly happy to have to, scam my wolf and then have a wolf appear, because it's like, well, this isn't real. Like, this isn't supposed to be in the game. It's not part of the story or anything. It doesn't work with the game logic. Same too with this Zelda Amiibo. People are just being babies. Like, if you want the extra feature, buy it. Especially if it's not logical. There's no reason why you should scan an Amiibo and then suddenly be in the sky. That That doesn't even make sense. And if that was inherently in the game, if you could just go into your menu and be like, I want to be in the sky now, please. When in a Zelda game have you ever been able to do something like that? You can't. That's my rant, and I'm sticking to it. So that's it for this video, accidental video that I didn't even mean to record, but I did because I realized, oh, I'm wearing my Skyward Sword shirt, and I was just playing Skyward Sword right before I recorded the previous video that I just recorded, so why the heck not make a video about Skyward Sword? So anyways, that's it for this one. See you guys for the next one, which will probably be about my writing stuff or something. So see you then. Bye, guys.